This is a brief update on the foram resources hosted at Kronos.org. Currently, we're under a migration process, moving Kronos.org resources to the Consortium for Ocean Leadership servers in Washington, D.C. COL is dedicated to supporting the Kronos.org servers and the databases and applications that came with that. COL is also interested in creating a digital asset version of the foram databases that can be deployed to JOIDES resolution. Additionally, the resources on Kronos.org, such as the foram database, Neptune, and the timescale databases, will also be federated into other USIO data sources. As of now, all 4 databases have been ported to the new host, and we are focusing on the migration and stabilization of those ports to their new hosting environment. After that's completed, we'll move forward. Primarily, we want to improve the portability of the foram resources, making it easy for the entire section or the entire content or subsections of the content to be moved to other environments. We also, as mentioned, want to make sure that we can federate this data into other data sources. This would include the Janus database hosted at TAMU and the log databases at Lamont, as well as the Neptune and timescale databases. This federation structure is open and allows any third party to access and interface to the data. We still control access to the data at a granularity that we decide, but that data that is public can be easily federated. We're also looking at a new architecture, going away from the old portlet style architecture to a more web architecture or web standards-based architecture that will aid in that portability and federation efforts. Some of those efforts are already underway. We've tested new faceted interfaces into the foram databases that allow us to mix and match different criteria and have a visual drill down through the foram data. This is in addition to a parameter style search, which is also still obviously capable of being generated with this type of interface. Or a map style interface can also be generated. Both of these interfaces use a third-party client called Simile Exhibit, developed at MIT. Only a minimum modification had to be done to these clients to interface into the linked data structure that is being used for this federation. It was an example of being able to easily build simple and lightweight interfaces into the data. This new architecture will then allow us to have any number of interfaces to a core common set of canonical data. The benefits of this approach are that we can connect it or mash it into other data sets. We can also allow deep data web enabling for discovery. This means that indexers like Google will be able to more readily reference material inside the foram resources. And it also means that third parties will be able to drill down deeper into the data without having to do a manual style human interface into the data set itself. So an application like GeoMap app, for example, could drill down into the data. It also means the data can be pulled and mixed with other data sets while maintaining provenance. And part of this then is that the taxonomic database concepts can become popular primary keys used by other taxonomic references. For a timeline, this fall we'll be meeting with the USIO members to develop a plan forward for the federation efforts, and that will play heavily into how we bring the foram data into the other USIO data sets. Through the winter, we'll be moving most of the data into a linked data architecture, defining vocabularies, and developing the types of faceted interfaces that you see in some of these other previous slides. We'll connect it into Neptune and cross-link to the other taxonomic resources that are available. Throughout this whole period then, we'll be working with some of the tools developers in our community, GeoMap app as mentioned, CoreWall and CoreRef, as well as the user community, help drive the interface into this now more web architecture, web standards architecture based environment. I appreciate your time. I look forward to working with you as we evolve the foram resources in the Cronus.org domain hosted at Ocean Leadership. Take care.